Mr. Beerman.
Mr. Wolfie. We have been a little bit sneaky today, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Which actually goes back to 2012 when we did the first interview with no one else around.
Yes. Way back in the early days. Every year since then has become a thing to Gatecrash the interview. But today normally we do it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It's normally a Sunday, but oddly enough, in 2012, a Sunday was the only good day. And here, this weekend, tomorrow is looking absolutely dire with weather.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter.
What were you saying about Gatecrashers?
Jeff, you're sworn to secrecy.
I don't know any secrets.
You'll go and tell everyone. So yeah, here we are again.
Yeah.
What a fucking great, another sold out year.
It was getting down to the wire as well this year.
It has. It's been such a struggle across the board. So many festivals are cancelled.
Yeah.
I think last Saturday we had still 20 tickets left, and that doesn't sound like much, but when you're breaking even, on the, because we don't make any profit from this, when you're breaking even, every sale counts. I mean, those tickets pay for Portaloos, or them to get them cleaned, or just some of the insurance, and so it is important. But I did class it, even if we didn't sell those last 20. I thought it's still a success.
Yeah.
With the amount of festivals that have folded, really struggled, I thought it's still a success.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm really chuffed that it did, in the end, sell out, and I didn't have to put any tickets on Skiddle.
Yeah, which is a bonus because that's when people start paying.
Well, that's it. Skiddle, for our £40 tickets, we'll get £40. But they charge a booking fee of £4.25. Over 10% of our ticket people pay on top, and I begrudge them that for sending an email. Just for sending an email. Oh, I begrudge them that. So, yes, I am really chuffed that we did so. We got a lot of new faces this year. I don't know if you spotted that.
Yeah, walking around, there's a lot of new people, a lot of new survivors.
There are. Yeah, surviving their first Beermageddon. That's probably why it's rained so much.
If it follows the pattern, as we've had a good number of years.
Yeah.
So this will be the 6th, so it's raining. So
it's
it means
the 7th this year.
7th, so we'll be in 12th, 13th, and it'll rain again.
Yeah. It's not been really bad though, and luckily we have had this massive spell of dry weather, so the ground is just like a sponge. It's just sucking up all the water, and the campsite's not a bog. People are getting in, we're indoors.
Yep.
That's a great thing, people aren't standing outside getting cold, getting wet. You can come in the venue and you're nice and warm. Went cold last night though. Oh. Even in my van I was dithering. And then I made the sensible choice of putting a jumper on.
There's some phenomenal bands.
It is one hell of a lineup this year. We sit and say this every year, and every year I think, how can I top that? And somehow we just come out with some amazing bands once again. I mean, at the moment we were 7 bands in.
Yep.
Just 7 bands in, not even halfway. And I could just go home happy now. I feel I've had my money's worth with the bands I've seen, to be honest. So, and some amazing bands to come. It's going to be a massive treat for people with Martyrium.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from Malta. They don't come over here that often. I did catch them on tour, that's when I booked them. And they are going to drop some jaws on the floor. They really are. But we've had massive treats as well, because you look at Footprints in the Custard.
Yeah.
A full festival headline set, an hour and a half, which you won't get even on a headline tour.
No.
It's a and by the time they're headlining another festival, they'll have different material.
Yeah.
So that was an exclusive show, and the same goes with Harken tomorrow night. They're putting on a full festival headline set, an hour and a half, and you won't see that again, because in the future, and I tip all of these bands to go on, play main stages at bigger festivals and headline the main stages at bigger festivals, and I do tip them to do that, but they'll have different material, they'll have different shows, so they're exclusives, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, the surprise yesterday was Donkanov. They were shocked how many people.
Yeah.
For an opening act, normally you get a handful of people, but Jamie and all the rest, they couldn't believe the amount of people that were inside for their set.
You try and tell bands what Beermageddon's like. You try and tell them, but every promoter in the country is saying the same things.
Yeah.
And they really don't believe it until they come up to Beermageddon and they feel the family atmosphere, everyone's together. I have bands come to me and say, we've never had interaction like that. You know, there's bands playing last night who have never made so much in merch in their entire career than they do at Beermageddon. I say, I told you. Yeah. You know, I feel quite smug. Told you. But, it's lovely for the bands because, you know, the amount of bands that say to me, it doesn't matter if I never play again, I'm coming every year.
Yeah.
You know, which is what we want, because ultimately, I was having a discussion about this with a band last night, and a guy who plays in a band, he's a promoter, he's a music fan, and I said basically all musicians started out as music fans.
Yep.
And sometimes they lose that along the way, and they concentrate more on playing and less on enjoying it. And that balance needs to shift a little more. You don't want bands to feel obligated to go to a festival or obligated to go to a gig.
Yep.
But you'd like to see a lot of bands coming out and rocking out. I always say the old school. I was speaking with the BBC.
Yeah.
As I do. I was speaking with the BBC yesterday, and the girl says to me, what do you think, what's the reason behind the success of Beermageddon? And I said, because it's old school. We do things how festivals were, you know, sort of like 30, maybe even 40 years ago, before money became more important than music.
Yes.
Which is a major thing, and you're not going to stop it. It's not just the festivals. You've got all the, like Live Nations, the O2 academies. They're all interested in the cash above the actual music and the passion involved. Yeah. It's all about the money. And if you take it back to the old school, you get the old school vibe. And those were the days when bands would rock up with mixtapes and a list of gigs written down on the inlay and hand them round, and, you know, on flyers, they'd be at gigs promoting themselves, because that was the only way. You didn't have Facebook, you didn't have the internet. So that was the only way they could actually do it. With Beermageddon, I like to think we've took it as far back to the old school as we can, with it being safe. There's not people getting electrocuted on fields anymore. You know, when the water and rain get into things and they blow up. Obviously, we need to keep it safe. So, but we take it as back to the old school. We don't make any money from it. We just want everyone to have a good time. You know, beer's cheap, tickets are cheap. Although we've had to put them up a £5. We've had to put the ticket. It's the first time in 5 years we've had to put them up. And 5 years ago, we only put them up £2.
Yeah.
So we have had to, but that's in keeping with inflation, basically. Our toilet costs have gone up, our insurance costs have gone up, our sound, light, security, everything has gone up. So we've had to do that. But I've got to say, the team we've had this year have taken so much off my shoulders. I mean, we've got a new sound crew in, who basically we got the entire crew from the Bloodstock New Blood stage.
Yeah.
So we've got the new crew in. I've stopped doing security. We got Troggy and Tank, who have been golden looking after people all weekend. I've known them for absolute years. And then you come to Tash and the Marshals. Now, Tash has been with us for 3 years now. She has owned it. I mean, last year, she was shaping a team. She was putting a team together. She was putting them through the paces. This year, it's been like clockwork. And I've got to mention that the work that Tash has done for the charities we're supporting, Sophie Lancaster Foundation, RACPA, Rock Against Child Pornography and Abuse, and of course Sarcoma UK, the cancer charity. Fuck cancer. she's done a massive job for that as well, raising loads of money. We've had merch in from Corrosive Merch. We've had loads of band stuff. Nuclear Blast have been sending stuff, and she's done all of that herself. And I've felt a little bit lost this week. I've not been called out for anything. You know, I don't. It's not. Oh, Jim, need you for this. Or, need you for that.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's been like a holiday. It really has. If I can just delegate the stage announcing, then I don't think I'd get away with that. Do you?
No.
I think that's the one job that I am stuck with. Although, did you hear about my faux pas today?
No, I didn't catch
Oh, a pretty classic one actually. I got my timings wrong, and the reason we're doing this interview now at this point is because I found out I've got 40 minutes spare with no bands on. So that was a little bit embarrassing. That was, but it works well. We get this interview done, and we don't. Every year we kind of get invaded.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice. I thought it's nice to do one, a proper one for once.
Yeah.
Where I don't get abused. And there aren't no willies poking in my ear. Or boobs hanging around my ears. Like spaniels. But yeah, it's been really good. And like, apart from that, which has worked well because it gives the crew a break.
Yeah.
It gives people a chance to go and have something to eat. So it has worked out quite nicely. Yeah.
I think going back to the crew, it is solid. It is one hell of a crew, one hell of a team behind.
This is the first time in 7 years I have felt this comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was the same in the lead up, believe it or not, because Tash and the sort of stage crew, they've dealt with so much behind the scenes as well. Of course, the crew with the bands, and Tash has been dealing with, like I say, all the charity stuff. She's been organising the marshals. I've rocked up on site. I've had to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know. And like Trog and Tanker, like I said, I've known them years. They've slotted into Tash's team like a lovely glove. So, yeah, I mean, like it's really come into place and given me the easiest weekend in 7 years. You know.
But you think about how hard you've worked, even before Beermageddon, with the Beerman Presents and stuff.
Yeah.
All of those years of
I've been doing this for way too long. Way too long.
So,
yeah.
I think with you, I wouldn't say stepping back, but you're letting people come in.
Yeah.
People know how you work. What?
I've got a team who know what I want.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They know, because now they've all worked with me for so long, they've clicked in and they know exactly what I want. Like I say, I've not had any issues at all.
Yeah.
We had our annual ambulance out yesterday, and we had our annual visit by the police yesterday, but I didn't have to deal with any of it.
No.
Which was amazing, because normally I've been running around keeping people alive. You know, I've not even bothered renewing my first aid, because we've got so many qualified first aid I've not needed to.
Yeah.
And you know, it sounds such a small thing. Of course, I would keep someone alive. If you know, I'm not going to go, no, I'm not first aid, you can die. But, you know, just little things like that is something else that I've not had to worry about.
Yeah.
And that's all down to this team that we've got. And this team will be with us for years to come. Like I said, we've got a brand new sound and stage crew.
Yeah.
Because Dave retired last year. John is the only real original from the very first one, as part of the crew and the team, who did lighting. We've cheated. We've cheated today. That's my problem. But yeah, he's the only survivor from 2012.
Yeah.
So like I say, a lot of them have retired now. The marshalling crew have changed. I mean, back then I think we had the bikers doing the security, didn't we? It was like proper old school. But yeah, it's all come together well. And it's, like I say, the first year. And everyone keeps saying, oh, you're going to get so big, you're going to get so big. Never changing this.
No.
Never changing this. It's never going any bigger. We're staying here. We love it.
It's the perfect formula, it's the perfect recipe.
Yeah, it's not squeaking, so I'm not going to oil it.
No.
And it comes back to what I said, money being more important than music, that greed. The only reason I would want to go bigger is to make money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make a penny from this. I'm not in it for any money at all.
No.
As long as we break even, I'm a happy man. So why would I need to make it any bigger?
Yeah.
There's no need at all.
No.
I'm being nice.
I know.
I really desperately want to game crush so much to be in silly string or stuff, but it's not Sunday.
No, that's it. Well, we thought with my faux pas and having 40 minutes spare, we thought we'd be sneaky and do a quiet
I'm in
one.
a hug mode. I need hugs.
Come and have a hug. Come and have a hug.
I'm having a hug.
Yeah, come in for hugs.
We've just been down the canal and seen dogs.
Ah, do you know, here's a weird one. I've been here since Wednesday. Wednesday we went over to the pub. Wednesday, come on. Here
This
we
is
go.
Ruby.
I was here 2 years ago. I was the ring bearer
She's
at the
our
wedding.
ring bearer.
Ah, yes. We've not had a wedding this year either.
No.
I think we've got a wedding next year. Or a renewal of vows. But yeah, went over to the pub Wednesday. This is totally off topic for the festival. There was swans and a little cygnet. I was feeding them out of my hand.
Oh my lord.
It was crazy because you sit outside at the back of a pub and you got the grill. I was just feeding them chips, naan bread. I apologise to the World Wildlife Fund, or whoever's the Royal Prevention of the Abuse of Swans. But I couldn't not give it. They got these little, and then they start hissing when you stop.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was really nice. But yeah, it's been. The question is, here we go. You're not really in camera, but have you had a good weekend?
I've had an awesome weekend, Jim. Jim, sixth year of Bloodstock. Married 2 years ago, so anniversary of Bloodstock. I wouldn't not come.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me,
But we're Beermageddon, not Bloodstock. Just thought I'd point that out.
do you think I might have had a few drinks?
Yeah.
Look, if you think we're as good as Bloodstock, I'm happy.
I'm having a better time here than I did at Bloodstock this year.
A lot of people say that to me.
No, okay, Geddon. My beautiful Beermageddon. This year's not my band year. There's not a hell of a lot because I'm a thrash, absolute thrash.
Yeah, we've been quite
we need
thrash
Venom back.
light this year.
We need Venom.
That was a one-off.
I was talking to
Let
Tony.
me tell you.
Venom was awesome.
I would never be able to afford that again. It was a coming together of planets because we had Empire of Evil booked, and
Sick.
basically Venom Inc. were about to go on a full. I think it was a world tour. They played a few shows in South America, but Demolition Man came to me and he said, "Listen, Jim," he said, "I know you haven't got a budget, but how would you feel if we came and did the full Venom Inc. set instead?" And of course, you can imagine my face when he came and said that. And I said, "Yeah, do it." He says, "No, I'm not going to charge you anymore." I think it cost us a little bit more because we had to fly Abaddon over.
There's getting Abaddon.
That's
that was
it.
the absolute.
That was the one. We had to fly him in because he lives in, I think it's Spain or something like that. But the one thing was, of course, I knew about this, but I couldn't announce it because we just have like 500-600 people wanting to see one band. I want people to come for the weekend.
Yeah.
And the way we did it, when we just
You were
rocked
so
up.
serious.
I know, I'm ever so sorry. Our headliners, Empire of Evil, can't make it.
At
We
the point
have
that
got
my
to.
Lee went to the loo, he came back and I went, Empire of Evil aren't playing. He's like, what? And I'm like, Empire. And as I said that, Jim went, so Empire of Evil aren't here. We've got Venom Inc. And his face just went. And I went, no way.
I think if the roof would have been torn off, that would have been the night.
Tell you what,
2
mate.
hours of Venom Inc.
Yeah.
in this venue. It's the venue
You
and
wouldn't
it's
get
the
it.
feeling.
You wouldn't get it again.
It's the kinship.
You know.
And that's, I was talking to Sidef last night and I'm like, we're all friends here. And he's like, no, we're not friends. We're not family. We're kin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just a little something.
Some of us are getting drunk.
I'm gonna leave you to, Jim. I won't gate crash. I'm going to save it all for Sunday. Love you guys.
Right, see you later.
But yeah, I mean those magic moments, we get them every year, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, maybe not on the scale of getting Venom Inc. in here, but there's always those magic moments. Like I say, with the footprints, full headline set. Harken full headline set. Now that's really important to me because Harken opened up the very first one back in 2012. And they've been back a couple of times. They played main support a couple of years ago. And now they're back playing a full headline set for the festival. You know, I'd seen them quite a few times before, and they played for me on Beerman Presents. But it was kind of like they were a massive part of the original festival.
Yep.
And so it was something. It's going to be something very special indeed.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to me.
But that's one thing we said to our nephews is his first year as well. I said, you see bands here which you've never heard of, you've never seen, but in a couple of years' time, they've grown, they've escalated, and you're like, I remember seeing them.
We are getting a very good name for ourselves now. I will not drop any names, but there are people here who are scouting for various outlets, and you know, those are just the ones that I happen to know about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's ones who don't even mention things to me, because that's what they do. They just rock up, pretend they're punters, and they're watching those bands, and the next thing you know, they've moved up a little here and there, and you know, Face Up last night played. I think they had about 6 show offers just from that. You know, Martin, who I've got to give a shout out to Martin and Sharon, who do all the like boring stuff with the festival. They run the Sonic Rock and on board the craft, and Martin says, I want Face Up for one of mine. Yeah. You know, so that's how it should work. I mean, we are that stepping stone to go up to the bigger things. And now that there's some even bigger people interested in what we're doing, it can only get better. Yeah. It can only mean more. So that's good for the bands. And at the end of the day, the people who come out here are absolutely golden. You know, they're what make the festival happen. I can shout about the crew and the sound and stage and the marshals and the security all day long, but without, of course, the bands coming and playing and the people buying the tickets, we don't have anything. There's nothing for any of us. So, you know, I always say, use the word humbling. I seem to use it a hell of a lot over the weekend, but it's exactly how it is. It's humbling. Yeah. You know, and it's a lovely feeling.
I say it's good to see even bands, I said, who are music fans coming here, and they're networking with fans as well.
That's it. There's CDs going out around, and there's just people telling. Once someone's heard about a band's name and they see them playing the local town, boom, they're in there, aren't they? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was just listening to what's happening in the venue because I didn't know if it sounded like there was some action going on.
I was just thinking.
But we've had longer today than we ever get. Yeah. Yeah. And we've had one interview invasion, but that's a very light one. As tomorrow I am very tight for time. I've not allowed myself an extra 40 minutes accidentally. I am going to be very tight for time tomorrow. So. Yeah, it's been, and once again, thank you to you guys for coming down, interviewing the bands and doing your thing.
Thank you for giving us the chance and the opportunity.
Oh, it's brilliant. You're as much part of our team Beermageddon as any of us, you know. You're the interview squad. Because you get, and I get this, and I'm actually going to say this on camera. You get some media, they kind of like do nothing all year, then they come out the woodwork. Yeah. You know, I mean, you buy your tickets. Oh, except for you, Claire, you win yours.
I'd already bought mine.
You'd already bought yours, yes, because you won the fancy dress last night, a bearded lady for our circus. It was nice that there was no clowns when people said they're scared of clowns. Yeah. Not a single clown. I thought that was nice. You can fuck off, you little stripy cunt. Oh. You can edit that bit out. But that was a lot of fun. It was nice that people didn't dress up as clowns because some people were scared of them. Yeah. Hey, this won't go out yet, will it?
No.
I'm going to tell you what next year's theme is.
Excellent.
This is an exclusive. It hasn't been announced and won't be until after this video's gone out. But next year, we're doing video games. Oh. Now, that opens up an entire world. We can have people as Pac-Man. We can have zombies from Resident Evil. Yeah. We can have all sorts of stuff. So I thought video games is going to be a lot of fun for people. I hope I see a Sonic the Hedgehog, because I loved that game, and Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're going to do next year.
Excellent.
So you can get that. That's an exclusive.
Super.
And you can announce it as an exclusive on the video, and I won't say anything until after the video's gone out,
Nice.
which will be quite nice.
But you know, we always return. We always
Yeah.
buy our tickets every single year.
That's it.
I know we always get told off by Mrs. J for buying our tickets.
Yeah.
But to us,
Well, I mean, you do support us all through the year, and you do all of these interviews. You get a lot of media, and you just come out of the woodwork, want a free ticket, and do absolutely nothing. And that's why we went to invite only.
yeah,
And we have a lot less press here, but we get the same amount of coverage.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I, that's something that I did want to mention, because I'm in media myself, doing
Yeah,
the radio, obviously.
exactly.
So, you know, I think it's important, if you want to go to these events, you want to come to Beermageddon, make sure you're covering it, because I do check the news. If you're not on your news pages,
Yeah.
we're not mentioned on your radio shows, we're not going to let you come and have a free weekend.
That's it.
You know, so yeah. And have you noticed that to Tinkerflista live in England DVD?
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. All the bands once again this weekend will be getting their stems, and they'll be able to put out live albums from the festival, which I think is a nice little treat for them. We pay for that for all the bands, so those go out to them for free. And hope to see more of these live CDs coming out in the next few years.
Definitely.
Hang on, they're coming back again.
Oh, they got us in.
Oh, I would have drunk that if I'd known. But yeah, absolutely amazing. But seriously, you guys are absolutely brilliant. It was so nice to do a proper interview.
Yeah, it has been nice.
Do a proper interview. Like we did that very first year, sat outside the Black Horse,
Yeah.
when there was a break in the clouds.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice to do a proper one, because normally I'm rushed. I've got about 15 minutes and no time at all, and then everyone invades and I get attacked and harassed and harangued.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's been really good, but thanks to you guys for coming along as well.
No, thank you, Jim.
We always enjoy it, Jim. It's
Yeah.
like a party for us as well.
Yeah.
It is party time. And it's all going really well, so I'm very happy.
Super. Right, well, I shall let you enjoy the last few minutes of your break.
Yes, my extended break. But seriously, many thanks. It's been a bloody great interview. It's been. We should do this again. We'll have a different place every year now, and we'll just sneak off and do a quiet one.
Yeah.
I'll have to probably end up doing a fake one for 5 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah.
See how it goes. See how the weather is. But many thanks, Wolfie. Thanks, Claire.
Yeah,
I will
thank
shake your hand. Hang on. There we go. Of course, I wouldn't be the beer man if I didn't have my beer. And thanks to you all for coming and buying your tickets, coming and joining us. Hope you've had a great weekend. Beermageddon. Hey, thank you very much, sir.
Cheers, thank you.